Right folks, so I released Technomancer Trials, well, new Super God build a few days ago. It's getting a lot of attention. I've had quite a few requests on Reddit and YouTube as well to release the guide and show it, give a breakdown, since it is a Super God tier build for myself, an original. Yo, what's up, Arn? Welcome back to the stream. Yo, thanks for the lurk as well. So yeah, we're gonna run this build now. A couple of things we've updated from the last one. We got 4.1 million on the scrap, no grenades now off base, so 4.1. I'll actually show you really quickly, and I'm just going to run through it. So we're going to run through the trials, going to run through all the missions. We're going to do it in one take. I'm going to show you the strengths of the build itself and what it's capable of, and we'll run through it. And I'll break down the build and obviously the weapons as well as we go. You're going to be away for a while. Good luck on the run. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Appreciate it, dude. Thanks for stopping in as well, man. Great runs on Monster Tree yesterday as well. I'm going to stream some Monster Tree a bit later, maybe some Dead by Daylight. However, this build keeps getting asked for, and it's weird, man, because I'm finding new pieces and I found some other pieces. I'm just doing some testing out. But from what I can see is I could potentially make this build even more crazy if I got one piece. So that might drop, it might not, but we'll see. But again, it's all point of farming. But as far as the build goes, it's got 3 buffs for anomaly off base, so it's super crazy. Plus it's got crazy debuffs on it as standard, and it's just got crazy damage overall. So you'll see for yourselves, man. Good crowd control as well. And just crazy, crazy, crazy overall. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So yeah, it's going to be first trial. So this is literally exclusive on stream and first run. So it's first run, first try with this brand new build. We're going to take it to all the routes as we do. We're going to take it to obviously the Arbiter, and I'll show you that as well. And a couple of changes we've made. So we've changed one of the procs to ice instead of ash. However, I've still got the pieces. So if I need to change a few pieces around, again, I can change it back. So I've got a couple of new guns, and it's all about finding the guns as well, man. It's very important, find the perfect guns. Easy claps, there we go. If you've noticed, we're changing the guns around. What I found is, we got Fortress on the build anyway, but we don't actually lose Fortress. When we change a gun, yeah, we lose a proc to start off with. But the gun's so quick, we can just shoot a couple of shots, we get Fortress back. And then on top of that, we have Noxious Spores on the build as well. So again, I've been doing thorough testing with this build, man, and I've checked everything for you, see how we can make it work, how we can make it better. But yeah, as you can see, it just wrecks shop. To be honest with you, it wasn't the build that took the longest, it was actually finding a weapon. And everyone knows how the weapons work. Find the perfect weapon to go with the build. So yeah, as you've noticed, we've got the freeze on there now as well. So we can actually optimize crowd control as well as solo targets, and we actually do more damage. And I've actually got some parts in the tree where I can actually do more freeze damage as well, so it's pretty nuts, man. But with all of this on top, we're doing an additional 16% damage on top of frozen enemies as well. Just before we log in for this fight, I'll just show you quickly. So we'll go over this. So we're doing 4.2 million now. We're doing 4.2 million off each scrap grenade off base, and we're doing 669,000 off pain launcher off base. However, if we drop this, and just all we have to do is use 2 skills, and we bump our numbers up. Our anomaly goes to 2 million, and then we get 7 million off each scrap grenade, and we get 1 million off each rocket, which is nuts since we have like additional rockets on top as well. That's without an arms anomaly, that's without my other buff, and that's without anomaly echo. So again, if you're good at maths, you can work it out for yourself how ridiculous the build is. We literally bully the Arbiter. There you go. Easy claps. So yeah, you can position yourself to be a bit more optimal. But I said I'm just going to show you the build, all the ins and outs of the build, how it works, what's the good things about it, and how you can handle things. The only thing with the fighting the thing is we can literally one shot. If you haven't seen my guide already, well not in my guide, just my quick videos of me killing bosses in 7 seconds or under. We killed the Spider boss in 8 seconds. We killed Dr. Detonator in 10 seconds. We killed Moloch in 7 seconds. And we did 23 million on a grenade on the video. But I've easily done like 25 and 28 million. I've scrapped 1 grenade now as well. So the main thing is just hitting those crits for those headshots for Anomaly Echo and Arms of Anomaly. Get those buffs up. And then we got Power Assimilation on the build as well, built in. So that's 3 buffs for Anomaly. That's why we're doing the crazy amount of damage we're doing. And then on top of that, with the skill tree, we got debuffs, which does a 55% debuff. That's a lot. 55% of each target that's inflicted with toxin. Now we're inflicting toxin with the turret, the scrapnel, and the pain launcher. And you've seen how many rockets pain launcher shoots. So not only does it do damage, but it also does toxin. It flies toxin every time as well. And the ticks off the toxin are pretty crazy as well. We had 250 base status power, as well as armor pierce. And armor pierce and resistance pierce is very high as well. I believe top of my head resistance pierce is 66, armor pierce is 40. So we've literally got everything you can think of, and that's why it took so long just to get the perfect weapon. If we didn't have the perfect weapon, we wouldn't have had to make a build like this. I still believe that I'm still going to look for another weapon, as in like there's some other alternates we can do. So I've got some stuff in theory which I can make some god tier builds. What I'm really looking out for is just any armor pierce status purple gun. That's all I need. Armor pierce and status. I need it to have Fortress and Noxious spawns on the Noxious spawns. I need those two. And then there's an alternate mod which I tried off stream earlier. So I got this other gun as well, but like, there's so much to do and so much to fit in. So on top of this build, I've already got another build which is like this build, but it uses a different gun. It's freaking insane as well. And we got so many options. So I can't wait. I can't wait because, like I said, I'll show you this one. We'll reveal this. However, if I find some more pieces, even though I'm getting requests and people asking for it, that's fine and all. But if you know me and how I content create, I don't release a build till it's finished. I'm not going to show people a half build, claim it's all that when it's not all that. I mean, it's god tier anyway. I ran the other build with the Ash build how many times, and that just dominates. And people who watched that video were like happy asking about that, how good it was. But the only thing is with Ash, we're only inflicting Ash on one target because of the way the procs work. So I just thought, why have damage based off something that you only play only so often? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. Whereas freeze, we will apply freeze if we get headshots. Like so. Throw a grenade out, and boom! $6 million. So yeah, if you ever see me proccing Noxious Spores, it's just so it can do damage to whoever's around the map. But we can just run and gun with this build, and that's why I love the build so much. But yeah, I just love to run and gun, man. Obviously, you can be more strategic, and Techno is meant to be more strategic per se. We can also freeze with a punch, don't forget as well. So don't think that you're stuck to the gun only. You can freeze with just a punch. But I just don't see, I'm not really going to be meleeing all the time. And we want to be like getting loads of targets, not just one any. Regardless though, you'll one-shot every captain. Any captain in the game, you'll one-shot with one grenade every time. That's what's so dope about the build. There we go. Yeah, keep in mind with shrapnel, you need to hit with that perfect hit as well. Basically, if you hit on the edge of shrapnel, that's why I don't use the one with the extra launcher. If you're using it without that, it's way better, because you get more concentrated blast on a solo target. But if you use one with bigger hit detection, it hits with the edges of its shrapnel. So you only hit an extra bit of bonus, not the full grenade damage. Which is why I don't recommend using it at all. But yeah, there's a theory I tested out and it works perfect, so I'm super happy with it.
With the power the Father wielded.
And look at the positioning. We already knew they were going to die. Oh, let's go. We'll take it. Ascension point for the win. While we wait for those to drop out, I'll quickly go over the Ascension tree as well. When I had the original build, I didn't add... You want to max this out, obviously. We're obviously using some weapons, so we could use this. This would help out a little bit for more damage overall. And obviously weapon damage as well. However, we didn't use any health mods when I ran it before, and it was perfectly fine. But on those other stages where you fight those skinwalkers, one of the viewers was telling me that they can two-shot you when they get a blood flurry or something like that. And again, it doesn't matter how strong your build is. If they just spam you, like, to a certain degree, you just will die. So it doesn't matter about the build itself. However, I wanted to like find it as a challenge. So what I did is I did it off stream as well. I ran. Oh shit! He doesn't have. Oh man, how whack is that? Literally with the perfect roll, but he doesn't have no status. That's weak, man. That is so weak. If that would have had status, I would do the perfect roll. But for what I'm doing, the other build, we'll keep it anyway. I might have some ideas. But we've already got status on all the pieces anyway, so all good. We'll probably get another one before we get too sidetracked. But yeah, like I said, man, I got so many different options and so many different ways of building this build, and overall, it's just god tier, man. It's crazy ass damage. Another thing to keep in mind is as well, we are using the scrapnel bonus. I'll just show you the top piece for now, which is minor. But yeah, we're looking at 1.3 million of scrapnel of 4 clusters. So not only are you doing that 4 point whatever million off base, we're doing 1.3 million off each cluster. You have 4 clusters in each bomb. We have 4 bombs. So 16. So 16 times 1.3. Plus the other 4s on top. And we got 4 scrapnel grenades. So yeah, you can do the math how crazy the build is. It's nuts. It is nuts. Absolutely nuts. I think that what will be a fair test is as well. I've actually got some armor nodes on the build as well on the skill tree. We got health tree, we got HP as well as armor nodes. So I think the fairest way to test it is when it's fully ascended, like all their max. You'll have all the armor, you know, and the healing properties and that as well. But like I said, I mean, all the way up through this, it's been easy regardless, and it's just an absolutely insane build. And what I'll do is, I said this before though, it might be the first god build I do, but I do 2 variants of the build, because there are different options you can do with the build. But I've got something really cool, as long as I can find that perfect, if I can find a perfect roll on a gun, I could show you literally that now, but again, it's like finding that perfect roll that has everything that we need.
Doubt anyone here is interested in tending the flowers
So if you notice, we hit him with like, say a third of the shrapnel, but it still almost killed him. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you hit a perfect shot on the elites, it will one-shot him. Anything class elite, it will one-shot and we scrap now. That's another thing you can do as well. If you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, just do a melee. He should be good. He's dead. That's what I'm saying, because I got 16% more damage on freeze as well. That's why the build's just nuts, man. The build is absolutely nuts. Alright, he died before we could even get the attack off. Oh, there's a guy outside. This is where noxious spawns come in pretty cool though. I said it's one of my favourite abilities. I absolutely love it. And it can, not only does it proc, it does a toxin. Look how hard it hits as well. And if there's an enemy to take out from far, you could just use it. And you literally will travel too. So I should potentially hit this, unless it didn't proc. There he goes, it proc there. Maybe if you're in the room, it doesn't, 13, Nani, there's someone left. Well, this is a bit dumb, isn't it? They're just literally appearing out of nowhere now. Oh well, they're all dead. Literally just wasting my time, like, killing them. That's where I love noxious spawns in general, because if you're like on a roll, you're flowing all the way forward. If there's one target at the back, it will target him normally and take him out. But if I'd had that off start, we'd have been alright. But that's what I'm saying. If I take that off, I'll sacrifice something on the main gun. But that's the whole point of having two guns, you know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point of it. Change it up. It should be good. This part I love. I actually love the Arboretum. This section is literally my favourite for testing all my builds out. I absolutely love this section of the game. I used to say the only thing that would you have to be worried about is a load, the reload on the weapon. But you don't, because I've added something else now as well, which will give me additional damage. And like, I think that's where the issue was a little bit before. Like, my other build was like super god tier on my last run. But there was like a little gap of damage, like a split second or two. And obviously you can get knocked and you're not doing damage with Techno, that's the problem. So now we've got that kind of covered. Technically we should be just doing damage and damage and damage. But like I said before, it's the whole point of me bringing these maps, just test them out. I like to do it live on stream as well. It gives you a true test of the build and how strong it is. We're just chilling. He was already dead after turret, let's go. So yeah, man, beautiful, light work. All right, that was pretty easy. I was just chilling, chatting, and watching the damage numbers and just trying out different things on that. But as you can tell, like in a crowded situation, it gets a bit hectic. The build still just rocks. Absolutely dominate. It just destroys everything. Normally I push up on them and go in the corner, but I wanted to shot in an open area this time to see if we get stressed a bit more. No stress whatsoever. We're just chilling. Okay, we got some cool stuff. I'm still gonna keep a lookout for guns though. That's like I said, I'll still run it. But yeah, technically, if I could just get like what I said, armor piercing status on a gun, and I would need it to be kind of like an LMG style or like AR with good amount of. Wow, that's nuts. There you go. Look. It just doesn't. If that armor piercing status, I could do something that build, but it don't. And unfortunately, you can't use Ash and Freeze at the same time, which is a bit dead. It's kind of whack. Like with a game like this, I thought it'd be dope to like have something frozen as well as apply Ash on top. But you can't. They actually cancel each other out, which is why this build gets conflicted in certain parts as well because of that. Originally we had it where we was doing 26% damage against frozen enemies. So like again, that's thinking 26% damage against frozen enemies, and we was doing additional 12% on Ash enemies on Ash as well. And then if you work that out with a 55% debuff on top of that, then you add that on top of like say, you know, the 4 million or just we're bumping to 6 million. Like I said, if someone's good at maths, you could just figure it all out how much damage you could do potentially. It's just absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
I never heard about this city in the stories of the packs. Was it lost to history?
But as far as variants go of the build, you can run expeditions in like I done Boomtown under the 4 minutes with an older build before it being even buffed the way it is now. So that's what I'm saying. Like you don't understand how ridiculous it is, how strong it is. So like expeditions will, on average, will be under 4 minutes. If it's a longer expedition that you know you have to wait, obviously it's going to take a little bit longer with the load times and enemies spawning. But yeah, most expeditions will be like I'd say about 3.5 minutes to being realistic about 6 or 7. Most expeditions on average, it just tears through them. So if you need to get like any drop pods quick, that's what I'm saying. It just covers everything. It covers your expeditions, covers your solo fights, covers your crowd control. I'm obviously running the trials through as well just to prove it. A lot of people are still struggling with the trials, and after the patch update, I'm shocked like how many hundreds of views I've got on my new build. I know people are liking it, enjoying it, but like a whole hour's video, people are still giving it that many views and likes. I'm just shocked. Like I got ADHD bad myself, so it's hard for me to stay focused for a good while. But if there's a long YouTube video, I will put it on for long term. So maybe people just put it in the background and chill. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, obviously, man. All the views, the likes, shares. And then I got some subs and donation from random people coming in from the content as well, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, with this new kind of setup we got, I might look at something for my pistols as well. I've already thought about something already, so. That's the only problem with this guy. When you're fighting him, he will constantly be moving. But look at his HP. Watch his HP. And we haven't even used Mage's Rage. There you go. I told you, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, this build. And I said this before, man, it's just kind of funny. Like, everyone got so gassed about Mage's Rage. I've got Mage's Rage if I want to use it. I've got it available in my secondary if I want to use it, but we don't have to use it, that's what I'm saying. We don't have to use it. That's how ridiculous the build is. And again, whether it's I proc all the procs or not, once he's frozen, he's dead. It's the only problem with him. That's the only problem with him, which is annoying. If you're using, say, for example, my pyro, when I destroyed him, you know, like, I can actually destroy my pyro. That volcanic, well, the eruption, obviously comes out in an area and it hits. When you use a shrapnel though, even if you hit him for like millions of damage, he kind of moves. So you can't like hit him in the same area, and it's just RNG. Sometimes I've like, not one-shotted him. I've hit him for like, I'd say about 15 seconds max. Sometimes I've just destroyed him because I've hit the one grenade, he's bumped into another grenade, he's bumped that grenade, another grenade. Then I'll drop my missile launch and he's hit, it's all connected. Other times I hit him, he'll get moved to the side. Then he'll jump across the map. Then I throw another grenade. Then he'll jump across the map. It's only when he runs away from me, it takes longer. But it's always a good time when the last boss, or supposedly the big bad boss, runs away from me, basically. So yeah, I'm going to take it to that, the cliffside paths as well. It's very, I told you before, that area is definitely, it's not difficult, it's light work. But one of the viewers, like I said, he told me the other day, they're Blood Rush or something like that, where they two-shot you. And I said it, the coincidence was I said it on the day before the stream. I was like, I don't know why, but all my god builds I test, and I test them in the same area, do the same thing, just to show true build. That one section, I always seem to get like on a low red health bar or something. I don't know what it is. And I even got knocked the other day on a video I was doing. Just that one section. And then when he told me, I was like, that makes all the sense in the world. So that's all it was. Because I have that rush thing, it's just, you're basing it two-shot. So it doesn't matter how good your build is or like whatever. Don't test it there. Just make sure you like get some defense or strategize in that map a bit. That's not a fair test. If they can two-shot you regardless of how strong your build is, that's like a glitch, I'd say, or like certain like a challenge. But I'm still going to run there anyway. I'm going to take the build there. I'm going to test it myself. And that's what I said, that's a true god build for you. $8 million off a grenade. Told you. You'll see some stupidness of our shrapnel grenade solo. Like I said, we've done 25 million now as well, so numbers are increasing. I tested this without Fortress as well, and it's still as strong. But because of the nodes I have, I like to have it on there, just to bump up some stuff. Yeah, he's dead. I don't have to trip about that. But yeah, man, if I can literally just get a gun, armor pierce, status, skills, life leech, purple gun, and get armor pierce, armor pierce, status, and noxious spawns and fortress, I'll have so many more options. There you go, 26 million. A brood mother, destroyed, off spawn. Perfect time to freeze something in it. Let's go. Alright, we got Old Creole coming up. We got Old Creole, we'll take the left side of the paths. We got the Hall of Sculptures, and then we got the last boss. It's weird, man. I always find on stream, when you're trying to strategize the run, right, it can go a bit funky. But when you just flow and just think, I'm going to destroy this guy, you just clean sweep him every time. Clean sweep him. We are getting some XP up, so I've noticed my Apocalypse tier going to go up. What I want to do is I want to run it without getting a level up, because it's not a fair trial, man. If you run a trial and you level up at the beginning, just delete the trial, start again, because it's not fair, because you're obviously facing higher level enemies halfway through if you're doing like a build or a guide or a video, and you're still using low ranked armor, and we all know how much difference that makes, especially with I got this earlier as well. This is pretty cool, so it's another option we could do with this. But yeah, man, I got so many options we could do. We can put Fortress on there as well. So that's another build we could do. But again, it's just going to freeze a solo target. I'm trying to inflict freeze on crowds, so we're using Winter Blast. Otherwise, we don't really have anything that inflicts freeze on enemies. Solo-wise, it's good, because you just focus on the boss. But crowd control, nah, it's not the best. But then, the Pain Launcher, Scrapnel, Turret absolutely destroys anyway, so...
Carvings are 1,000 years old.
Sweet. Let's go. But yeah, I've analysed everything over and over, and when we first made the build, we went constant, we were just all out DPS. So if you've noticed, we got a turret, which is damage, we got rockets, Pain Launcher, which is damage, and Scrapnel, which is damage. Everything's damage. It's the first build I've seen where it's just pure damage, you know what I mean? But obviously, that's the thing with the Techno, it's a bonus, because every time you do damage, you get HP, and so I've done that originally, but my gun was using like Noxious Spawns, which is 3 seconds, for example, which is great. And it inflicts toxin, right? But it's that 3 second gap, and I had Ash on there plus Fortress. I'm not doing any additional damage, so it's very risky with that, and you got to strategize better. So if you notice now, where I'm using 2 guns on purpose, because it was there anyway. Like if you got a secondary gun, why not use it? If you know, I can still have Fortress. When I change your weapons, Fortress does go off, but you can proc it back. So my gun's the RPM is very high on my main gun I'm using, so we can kind of get that back. So it's not sacrificing anything. But that's what I'm saying, if I had the perfect roll with Noxious Spawns and that on it, I wouldn't have to worry about that. So again, we might get lucky. We might get lucky on now, or we might get lucky later. And you should get a God roll for a gun as well. Then I can show you the true God build again, with some extra stuff on there. Because I've got some, it all depends if I'm getting something additional. Or that perfect roll. Old Creole with the cheese again, as usual. Look, my HP, so doo-doo. What I would keep in mind though is, what's cool is, our skills life leech is very high. So as long as we're hitting, we get a lot of HP back straight away. So I think on these higher levels, health received is like nerfed. So our skill life being so high, we proc it, even off Noxious Spawns as well, we get our HP back. Anything we use skill wise. That's another thing as well. Cooldowns are very, very low. Like 6 seconds on Scrapnel, I believe. And just over 7 seconds, like 7.1 or 2 on Pain Launcher. But they sync so perfect. They sync so perfect. And the turret is like 3 seconds. Very, very low. Another strat you can do is as well, you can always 180, got that Pain Launcher out. Because the cooldown's so low, look at that. I knew it. I always trust it's going to hit something. It's just so much area covered and so much, it's so fast. There's so many rockets because they've got the additional rockets on. It does, so if you throw it and you mess it up, don't even sweat it. Everyone makes a mistake throwing ability sometimes wrong, but it's great, man. Because if you throw it out, there's an animation. And you can just walk away from it. The enemies will follow you, don't forget. So they will chase you just to get you. So 18 million, he's dead. That was a captain per se, apparently. Let's see if we can prop this guy. Yeah, we got him with a proc at least. It was a bit risky, but we took it. But yeah, on the higher apocalypse tiers, don't forget their accuracies gets higher. So even if they're across the map, they will hit you with some BS, man. That's all it was. I was getting hit from that guy from all the way over there. But I wanted to just show the Noxious Spores kicking in, really. We'll try it again. Is he? I think he's dead. Well, there you go, yeah. Said all we had to him is that Noxious Spores, and he's dead already. If you fight an old Creole, what I'd recommend is as well, do not waste your cooldowns. Like, don't think because you got like your cooldowns are like strict. So if you got an ability and your HP low, just throw it out because as soon as you hit, you're gonna get your HP back. Oh, we crit shot him in midair. Awesome. So yeah, just prop the Noxious Spawns if they're available. Why not? And like I said, don't worry about cooldowns. Don't even like think about you wasting them because you're not. You're just obviously using them because they're there. Another cool thing is as well, I gotta say, whenever you drop a turret or a pain launcher, enemies seem to go after that. I'm not sure if it's coded that way in the game or whatever, but it's amazing. Because while they're going for those, you can obviously get your HP back or do damage, use it as a distraction. 10 million there, another crazy grenade. We got another elite over here apparently. But yeah, like I said before, if you hit him with that perfect shrapnel, he will one-shot everything. But you have to hit it perfect. And there's a little tech I can show you as well, where you aim to the ground. It actually does more damage. It's pretty cool. I said I've tried and tested this. I've done so much testing before I even got this far, man. So it took a lot of work, a lot of effort as well, man, to make this build. It's original build. Never seen no one do the build the way I've done it. It's got all the bonuses, additives, and I said it's got everything you can think of. It's absolutely phenomenal. And again, it took me so long to put together though, like so much effort and time. You know, the perfect build, perfect mods, everything. And again, the weapon itself, the farm was ridiculous, man. That's pretty cool. I'm just testing out the cooldown. It's supposed to be 3 seconds. It seems slightly quicker than 3 seconds then. Alright, there's a Corsair there. Will he make it? I doubt it. I really doubt it. No chance. No chance. I was thinking like I could show you the Corsair or Elite surviving or getting close, what we can do. As you can see though, ammo's not really an issue with the build as well. That's I got thing I gotta say. Ammo has not been an issue whatsoever. That's another thing as well, people with certain builds claiming how good they are. Check like things like ammo consumption and skill consumption, cooldowns, it all adds up, man. Alright, O'Creole trying to cheese me again. O'Creole, I don't know, this boss is so cheesy. So cheesy. And look at that. I wasn't even aiming at the boss, but it's controller aim for you. That's one of the reasons I made this build as well, to be honest with you, like this. Because on console, look, I'm not even aiming at O'Creole. Just, you can't even aim properly on console. It's so whack. I hope they fix it at some point. And that's why I made the build the way I made it. Everyone's doing the same turret builds, flame leopard builds, blah blah blah. I thought, you know what? Let's make an original god build from scratch. Let's make it perfect for whatever situation. And here we are, folks. And like I said before, because my status is so high, that's why we're doing so much damage, not just spawns as well. Let's go, baby.
Fog must have sealed the passage.
And that's another cool thing on top of all that, man. Like, for example, if you like feel like you just want to be crazy a bit, if you're an aggressive player like myself, woo! Alright, again, we got armor pierce status, right? But we got a mage's rage, which is pretty cool. The other ones are kind of doo-doo though, yeah. Obviously we can mod one, but modding what? Like, that's a bit weak, man. That's a bit weak. Okay, I'm gonna delete some of these because again I'll farm them if I have to. 1.1 million. But yeah, like what I'm saying is like everyone's doing the same sort of builds, like ooh, that's actually really good. A 90 power cooldown reduction and close range damage. That's pretty dope. I would prefer, you know what though? So status is key. So I would prefer status. That's my other one as well. That's the one with the Ash I was telling you about. So we got Ashen with that one. That's why we use Ash. And that's the thing, man. Depending on what armor pieces you get, you have to obviously get that gun to match it. And again, we need a purple gun. There's no gun in the game where I can get Noxious Spores. Fortress. And he has armor pierce, status, and skills life leech. Air to the desert's good and all that, but you're stuck with Sandstorm every time at the top. So you have to edit that. Then the middle one does something, and it's not that good. And it's just a bit of a shame, man. It's a bit of a shame. Originally when the game first came out, I thought that every gun would come with like 3 well, let's just say the top one came with guaranteed mod. But I also thought it would be RNG. That'd be so much better. That'd be so much better. 2 random pieces, like. Well, when it's fixed like that, you're very limited, man. So you have to get purple pieces, unfortunately. Yeah, I can see my Apocalypse tier going up as well. But we got this far, so let's try and test it on this section. This section is very hectic and dangerous, so we have to be very careful. So I'm going to be smart with the place, but we're still going to dominate and destroy everything as I do, man. Because I got faith in this build. I know how strong the build is. And I ran it off stream with other variants to it, and it's still dominated. But like I said, those monsters, there's little skinwalkers. From after that, what that guy told me on stream, he was right. They have 2-shot before, and it's happened for every single build. It doesn't even matter what level on. Even with Devastator being so strong, when they spam you and spam you and spam you, if you're reloading and not doing any damage, they will knock you, you know what I mean? So, it's one of those where it doesn't matter how strong your build is or how good you think you are, you will die. Which is kind of cool because it kind of gives you that, like, kind of, you know, don't get too cocky kind of vibe, you know what I mean? It kind of puts you, like, where you are, knowing you can't just steamroll the game. You have to do some sort of positioning, or there has to be some strategy there. It can't just be no strategy whatsoever. I'm just going to run through this, so we're going to chill and chat. I'm still going to talk as normal. We're just going to run through this as quick as we can. I'm going to be kind of on the move a lot as well. I mean, you can already see we got hit once. I think we got hit once, right? And look how much damage they did. So as long as we have our turret available and some other things, I think we should be good. I'm going to take them over to here. And that same strategy I was telling you about with your 180 and just drop your pain launcher. It works pretty flawlessly. Yeah, look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. And because we hit everything with toxin every time we proc it, that's what's beautiful. So yeah, just keep an eye on your reload, keep an eye on your HP, obviously. There is another thing as well, which I'll explain on the guide as well, because I actually have alternate ways of getting health back as well, which is pretty cool. It's pretty handy as well. So yeah, look at my HP apparently because I got hit. Alright, we took one hit off that. Look at our HP. So yeah, it's totally right though. It's totally true. Totally true. So basically you just can't, you got to be super careful so you can't get too shy. So it's all good. We're still going to rush in and I don't really care. I'm going to do what I do. But yeah man, we'll just be a bit smart with the place. And you know what's crazy? Like I said, I've got nodes. Like this, how I know it's stupid because I've actually got nodes with. I've got nodes for HP and armor, and if I've got those on with Fortress on, and this one shot, I'm still on like a death state. Like you already know something's not right. You know what I mean? So it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up a little bit. Well, that being funny, it doesn't matter what build you got. If you got a build with a tree that has extra HP and armor on top, which I've got, and I've got like Fortress on top, which we all know gives you extra defense buff. That's the whole point of Fortress, isn't it? If we got all that and it's proccing, and there's still like one shotting me or two shotting me to a certain degree, you already know, man. So if you are running this and you're running solo, just be careful of your HP, man. That's one little tip. What I normally do is go in that crazy corner and just let everything rush down, but I'm gonna move. So I know how I'm gonna position. We're gonna move back to where we just came from. But 2 crawlers come here as well. So again, the game is obviously about strategy. You know, it makes the game interesting for sure. So 2 crawlers should come out of here real quick. I don't know why though. They should have literally died. Here's the such squatches. Okay, he's dead. Light work. And now we're going to move. There's another one. So like I said before, we're going to come back to where we was, to a certain degree. Right, I am stuck. Oh yeah, light work. Here we go. That's pretty cool. So you know what's dope, and I said this from the start, I like to show my god builds in their worst, and I show them at their best. And if you see me get frozen then, I was literally frozen, and we got spammed with so many attacks, and we just survived. 1 grenade. Light work, man. So yeah, there you go, folks. True god build right there.
In this place. How many days has it been?
And like I said before,
Years. I wonder where Chen.
if you don't want to do, say, an extra 16% damage, which is, you know, you don't always have to do that crazy. We're already doing crazy damage, you know what I mean? This build's gods here. It's absolutely insane. But if for any reason you did want to do that 16% extra on top, I have another node, or another mod, Med Burst on the trousers. So I could show that. I was testing that on purpose because I was seeing if we were going to struggle if we needed it. We don't need it, as you can see. But if we did need it, if you did need it, you can have that on there, and I'll talk to that in the build anyway. So, so far we've took it to the worst situations, and we still got a bit to do. So we're not going to let our guard down. We're still going to try our best to do the most optimal damage. We're still going to try and be optimal in regards to staying alive and getting kills in. I've not been optimal this whole run though. It's not as if I've like tried to get headshots and position myself. I just try to go a bit wild, go a bit crazy, run in and show you the damage and show what it's about and what it can do. But like I said, if there is a reason where you want more survivability, we can change the trouser piece for Med Burst. And every time you throw a turret, it's 3.2 seconds from the top of Med, maybe 3.1. It's definitely 3 seconds. We can check now actually. Every time we throw a turret, we get a third of our health back, 35% HP back. And it's pretty phenomenal. So with all the other stuff going on, we could just throw a turret out. But who knows, man? I might get super lucky off this run where I'll get the helmet, which I said, if the helmet has something that I want, I can make the build even better like than it is, like to a certain degree. It's gonna be nuts. So yeah, 3.5 seconds. My mistake. 3.5 seconds. I don't know why I don't know. See how the cooldowns are going higher though. I swear, it's glitched sometimes, man. I swear to you. I swear to you. Because that don't look right to me. That don't look right to me. So I checked these over and over on stream, and that was lower as well. So yeah, I'm not sure why that's showing. That is slightly lower. I know it's not going to make that much difference at all, obviously, but when I checked the other day on stream, it said different numbers, and it's weird because I done the same thing. I went into my menu, I clicked on a gun and that, it showed some weird stats, and I was like, nah, this is definitely incorrect, and I started getting vexed looking at my build. Build was fine. I left the menu, went back in, and the numbers changed to where what they should be. So I don't know if the developers trying to troll you and that, just sometimes trying to get you vexed out of nowhere, but yeah, I mean, it happened on a YouTube video. I was doing a YouTube, like, worst time to happen. I was doing a YouTube video guide, and I was doing my pyro guide, and I was like, oh yeah, my armor pierce this. I went in armor pierce was 0, and I'm literally holding a weapon that has 30% armor pierce, so how could that even be, you know what I mean? But yeah, as a content creator, man, and as someone who's in the limelight to a certain degree, or public figure, of all the worst things to happen, you're trying to do a guide or a god build, and literally the stats are incorrect, and it's just showing you like 0. You're claiming it's doing this, and it's showing 0 stats. It's a weak source, man. But funnily enough, when I went back and it worked, and then when I did the same video, I edited it and put it in the video, so we kind of covered that. Alright, last section before the Arbiter. We might level up, we might not, but I'm only going to run him in one take. I'm not trying to be optimal with the run. I just want to beat him, destroy him, and that's it. We're out. We're going to head out to the breakdown of the damage. Not for showing off the numbers, just to show you just what the build's capable of. Then you can get understanding of the actual damage you're doing as well. Then. Like I said before, just drop turrets. Your ability to have such a low cooldown, just use them. If they're there, just use them. Obviously, you can be a bit more strategic if you want, you know, plan it out. But if they're there, like I said before, just use them. On me though, well I should have really aimed for more headshots then, for the crits, which I didn't do, that was my mistake. But best thing to do is, just always make adjustments people, like I said before, man. Always make adjustments, man. And that's it, even if my builds per se are not working live on stream first, so I don't care. I'll make them work. You know what I mean? Don't be scared to try stuff out, man. Nothing's going to be perfect straight away. You know, you got to put a bit of effort in. He must have got into a grenade. I don't know how I did so much damage to him though, like that. I didn't even see him in the corner. Yeah, we're hitting perfect. We've got the crit shots now as well. But as you can see, absolute destruction. There we go, 18 million. 18 million. Alright, this is the last section with the Arbiter, so again, we'll just rush him down and do what we do. We're just off getting the level up. It might level up in between the fight, I'm not too sure, I doubt it though, so... I mean, we're still going to run him, we'll still destroy him and do what we do. I don't really see... It's very close off, I can see it going up. So it'll probably go up as soon as he's dead. But again, we need to we need to be smart with the plays. And just make sure we just kill him and rush him down. We probably need to focus a little bit more and get headshots because at the moment we've not really been focusing on headshots whatsoever. Like I said, I've just been chilling, chatting, doing a guide. But if the weapon I'm using right now, again, what I'm asking for is armor pierce, skills likely, status power. Now the other two mods are not even that important. I wouldn't even say this for the build because obviously everyone's gonna have RNG. You might have like a god tier roll with this. If you get armor pierce, status power, you want fortress at the bottom, or Noxious Spawns, for example. Those two, and then you can just add the top one, whatever you want. We're only going for this right now because on my trousers I have additional damage, so it's like why wouldn't you take it? But again, like I said, I already have an Ash build anyway, so I can put that on the helmet. I can do the same thing with Ash. It does 12% extra damage, so you're losing 4% roughly. But on this Arbiter, he doesn't really get frozen for long, does he? He doesn't really freeze too long, and all that good stuff. But again, like I said before, I can always go to the other build, have Ash in the helmet. I can have the Ash procs for the 12% damage. I can have the trousers for more defensive capabilities. But we've got so many different options and nodes and trees. We're just having fun and make sure we've got a build that's consistent, constant DPS over and over and over.
Place.
And that's where the build truly shines.
Must have been drawing them all here, answering some call to join Father's army. How many of Enoch's creatures?
If you've noticed, I've never used my pistols whatsoever, but we're going to use it because we do actually have like molding winds on there anyway. And I said that before, it's not about having ego, oh I didn't use this, I didn't use that. Like I haven't used Major Rage once, but if it's there, like I said, you can use it. It's just about situational. I'm not going to use it if it's not available, if that makes sense. I just don't see the point. I love it when those rockets hit. There you go, light work.
All this time you waited to fight for this place.
And then we'll go to the end, we'll get a breakdown of the damage. And again, we'll just see, it's not about the extra damage, just understanding the damage, like where you done good, where you could potentially done something, or change the model to, you know what I mean? What's this? Flame Leper. Inflicting Toxin. Alright, maybe we can do something with that in the future as well. Said I've seen too many builds of the same, so again, all these builds I do are super original. Oh, another thing as well, if you didn't know, you can actually aim your scrapnel. That's pretty, comes in handy. A little tip is as well, when you're throwing scrapnel, in that fight, I didn't want to talk about it too much because again, when you talk about it, it doesn't always add up. However, the best type of damage to get with the scrapnel is when you place it. So don't move forward or backwards. Just be neutral. Just press the trigger. Whatever controller or platform you're on. Just drop the scrapnel on the floor. And he actually procs perfect. But in that fight, I was actually doing it, but he still wasn't doing it. So instead of me getting vexed while I was doing it, because you know how this game works sometimes, I just want to let you know that's how it works. So in future, if you're using scrapnel, just go neutral. And just drop it like straight underneath. Because what happens is, and again, like I said with the Arbiter, I'm killing him in like 10 seconds or less. Because if I get perfect run on him, and you know how it goes with the RNG. You drop the shrapnel, it will not only do that crazy damage of forming off tops, but it will spread, and he'll actually, all four will hit perfectly. And he'll hit him with the toxin, like kind of like tick timer, like damage on time. And then you can drop another one. You can drop, if you can get 4 off, I'm perfect. Just, he's dead, he's dead. But again, like I was saying before, if you ash him or even freeze him, sometimes you hit him with the shrapnel, then he gets hit with the proc, then he just moves to the side, and then for some reason your shrapnel only hits the edge. So it's just so weird. I've tried slow as well, and slow kind of works to a certain degree as well, but it's difficult to slow him. But again, what I'm saying is, if I can get that perfect god roll on the weapon, I can do that. I can do that. But it's not needed, only if you're trying to hit that one shot, you know what I mean? But as you can see, we just destroyed him, light work, and that's at this Apocalypse tier as well. And I think, did we level up Apocalypse tier or no? I can't remember if we did or not. But we should be getting close to it, the next Apocalypse tier anyway. One thing to keep note is as well, obviously the higher Apocalypse tier you get, there is a bit of a status nerf. So you will get hit with that status nerf. But with this build, like I'm saying, I've got 5 pieces of status on all my pieces. So every single armor piece of status, plus my gun, and that's why I'm saying it's important. So imagine 6 pieces of some, if status damages your proc, which is what we're doing, and we've got 6 pieces, that says a lot. So even when I took it to Apocalypse tier 4, I have tried an Apocalypse tier 4 with other people as well. It still was fine. The build done what it needed to do. HP was still good. We're still hitting like 20 millions of scrapnel, and the scrapnel's just crazy. So We'll see now with the numbers. We'll get the numbers breakdown. So there you go, 4.4 billion damage. Again, it's not about the damage itself. I'm not interested in that. But I just like to give a breakdown. Now, if you notice, and I'm glad this turned out the way it did, this is phenomenal. What's so dope about this build is, yeah, it's a scrapnel based build because it's based the bonus of scrapnel and the extra, right? Look at the pain launcher damage, 1.626 billion. So we did 1.6 billion off the pain launcher, and that's not our main thing that we wanted to focus on. So again, what I love about this build is sometimes, and it's proving my point, scrapnel sometimes outdoes pain launcher, sometimes pain launcher outdoes scrapnel. But again, you will see those crazy numbers, and they're both god tier, and they synergize so well together. The way I built it, it's just amazing. We've got Toxic doing 4. Whoa, let's just get it. Let it break down. So pain launcher 1.6 billion, scrapnel 1.1 billion, Toxic 493 million, Claymore putting that work 308 million, Trap Mine, Focus Discharge as well 212, Bloody Turret, Noxious Spawn still putting work even though I wasn't even on my main gun. That's it, man. Lethal Devices, Assault Rifle, Double Gun, Kinetic Stomp 20 million. So yeah, there you go, folks, man. Another true god build from me. Again, it is a reveal because I'm showing you the ability and showing. I will do a god build guide and video and full breakdown if you want that. Which I know, well, I say I know you want. I know people want it because I've already been asking. I've had requests on Reddit and YouTube already. But yeah, man, there you go, folks. Crazy ass super OP build, mega damage, great survivability. I'll put it in the worst situation. I'll put it in the best situation. You can see how beautiful it shines. And like I said, I'll check anyway. I'm not going to wait now. I kept doing this before. I was getting updates and doing additional things to the build and waiting to release it. But I think I'll just release it. I think it's good to go. I'll release it the way it is. And obviously as I farm, if I get like a better gun, I could do more with it. And if I get anything else, I can do more with it as well. But yeah, man, there you go, folks. Another god tier build from me. Another god build guide from me. Original build made from scratch. All that hard work I put in. And I've done all the 4 classes. So I'll put the links in the description below for it. For my other guys that you might want to check out, and they're on thousands of views as well. My Devastator build comes to 3k, something like 60 likes, killing it. My Pyro build, God build, is like hundreds of views as well, and my Trickster hundreds of views as well, and I got a lot of requests for that as well. So make sure you check those out. But yeah, man, we Gucci, Felucci, Penatucci.